Well, we ground out a very tough win at Batley, and we always knew it was going to be tough. There was periods throughout the game which probably we made it a lot harder than it needed to be. With some our control of the ball in the second half wasn't bad, but our kicking game was awful. So we made it really tough on ourselves and put ourselves in a really good position to kick on with the game, and never did. So we invited Batley back in it, and credit to them, we knew we'd stay in there. And the team with plenty of fighting spirit, and brought us in 6 points at the end of the game.
Yeah, there seem to be a few poor choices at kicking, didn't there? And is that something that you're going to be having a look at this week?
I've already had a look at it. There was messages going on and on and on, and Danny was getting sick of me saying I've told them, but yeah, there was quite a few poor choices, and when Steve Crossley's kicking, you're in trouble. So yeah, and then drop goals from 40 metres out, 12-point leads. It's an education process for a lot of the players, and I know that there's been a lot of things about the kicking game all year, and we made a couple of strides forward, I thought, over the last couple of weeks, and probably taken a step back. So something we'll address. It's about, everybody sort of talks about game management, but that was really game management. We made it a lot harder than it needed to be.
It's a loss of discipline in the first half after going to a 12-0 lead. There's a big penalty count against you, and a lot of scrappy play seem to be turning the ball over to them as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure the penalty count was, reflected the game, because they were getting away with some things as well. But they've got some good athletes bringing the ball back, and they were fighting hard on the floor for quick play the balls, and the referee was just giving penalties. So he didn't give us the penalties, then he started throwing obstruction penalties in, which, I don't know, if you're going to referee a game at this level and start throwing obstruction penalties in now, he's going to find it very tough going forward. But the referees are what they are for both teams, and we need to be smarter. We still had enough possession and opportunity to put that game to bed with a more comfortable finish in our favour, really. But just the downside of the game is we didn't really ever seem like we were in control of it, even though we were and looked the dominant side. We were just giving them, opening doors for them every time and bringing them back into the game. We didn't play the hill very well. We were kicking the ball. The first two kicks after half time, they were on the 40-metre line. So we've got to be smarter as a team. These players have played here before, and they know what the games are about. So they'll take a lot of a lot of that on board, which they have to really. They're happy with the win, but they're disappointed with the way they've played as well.
Greg Worthington unable to re-enter the field. Have you any news on his injury?
I haven't, no. He's twisted something, so I'm not sure what he's done. We got a quick report at half-time, but they had a check on him on the bench and just said no, he can't come back on. So from that, I haven't spoken to him since.
Will Leto be back for next week?
We hope so. He had a little recurrence of his injury he had previously, so we're just treating it a little bit more caution than we did last time, and hopefully we'll see him in training next week.
You made a tactical change with the centre and winger, Mendika and Ellewell for the second half. Was that because of Ben's?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it may have looked like that, but going into the game, we was always going to change them both round, just to have a go in the centre and both on the wing and centre, both players. But unfortunately for Ben, it may look like that, but it wasn't. He put his hand up at half time. He shouldn't have gone for one of those, and definitely should have taken the other. But no, that was always going to happen. And I thought Mendy went real well on the wing, as Ben did in the first half. Just a couple of errors. So it wasn't really. Well, I suppose it was tactical, but not for that reason. It was previously going to happen.
Andy Ellis did a 70-minute stint. Was that planned?
No, it wasn't, no. I spoke to him during the week and asked him if he could do 80, and he said no, but he nearly did. So, great game, Andy Ellis, today, and whether he got the man of the match, I don't know for us, but he deserved it. And, with Greg coming off, the plan was to roll Jack into dummy half and bring Andy off, but Jack Bussey had to go in the middle, and Jamie Corden had to go in the centre, and we had to move a lot of players around, but we had options. So, although Andy, we asked him if he could get to half time, so we didn't have to use another sub, and he put his hand up and said he would, and then in the second half he said just leave me on for 10 minutes and bring me off, put me back on, but he did another 30 straight. So real good performance from him today, and solid round the middle, made some great breaks. If the players have been pushing on him a little bit as well, we might have got some joy out of those.
The players that were left out, were they injuries or tactical?
A couple of injuries, couple of just not selected, so a little bit of both really.
Always injured.
Matt James has got a neck injury. just some nerve damage. He was all right after the game last week and came in on Tuesday with it. So I thought it might be right, but he's not. Hopefully he'll be all right for next week.
Two new lads in. What was your verdict on their performance, just quickly?
With Danny Bridge and Chris Green. I thought they played well, and you could see Danny Bridge has not played for a while. He was struggling a little bit for fitness. So I thought Chris Green did the job we thought he would do when we bought him, and he adds a bit of size to us. So he played long minutes as well, which with our rotation with Greg, it did mess things up a little bit, and Jack having to stay out there. But I thought the guys went well, and obviously Matty Dale, who it's his first game since I've been here, so I thought he did a real good job as well. And I thought Matty played, even though he's been out for a while, he played really well and looked fresh.
Important in the warm weather.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, we had a big bench just for that reason, and we thought it was going to be hot. We knew it would be tough here, but it didn't work.